Hey guys, welcome back to another not live gameplay. I'm so sorry today. This is not a live gameplay because I ballsed up royally. What I did, okay, I just played this game live. I just played this game. I recorded it live like I always do for you guys, my faithful flock. And I messed it up because I did this. I showed you my runes. Okay, well, you know what? Let me just adjust that for you guys, shall I? Okay. So I showed you my runes like this. I said we're playing Dark Harvest Nocturne, full lethality, huge damage, huge balls, all that lovely jubbly business malarkey. Here are your runes, but I didn't take the runes off the screen, so the whole gameplay is just that, right in the middle of the bloody screen. So that really sucks. It ruined a very good commentary, but the game was so good, and I feel like it had loads of. It was really good for learning Nocturne. So I'm just going to do it as a spectator now. If it was another random game that wasn't that special, whatever, I'd re-record. But I feel like this was a very special game. And a special game for special people, such as yourself. That's what we need. So that's what we're going to do today. Nocturne. You saw the runes. We're playing Dark Harvest today. Can it stop moving the camera? I just want to watch myself. Okay? Thank you. So Dark Harvest Nocturne. Stop doing that. Please. Just stick on me. Okay. We're going to be farming. Name of the game is the farm game in the early game. When you're playing Nocturne before level 6, you're not that great. You are pretty strong in the 1v1s. Your Q gives you an attack damage steroid. Your W can block an ability and then give you an attack speed steroid. So you can beat most people in 1v1s early. But you don't have any real good way to like force plays, initiate ganks, that kind of thing. So instead, we're just going to be farming out and playing around our ultimate cooldown. And of course, when we're Dark Harvest, we want to make sure that we're getting decent amounts of farm this game. Okay, so this jungle path right here, we're farming pretty much everything. I just saw Jarvan and Gang playing topside, so I can't really go for that Scuttle Crab. It's a little bit risky because I'm quite low here. So we're just going to recall and then go back to continue our jungle clears here. So we're going to move in to get this Scuttle Crab in the bottom river, maybe look to get the chickens as well. They'll be respawning soon. I went for the Skirmisher's Saber here, guys. The Skirmisher's Saber, I'm just going to be farming, and so having this tier 2 jungle item makes my farming a lot better. So we'll get these Krugs. Our chickens will be respawning pretty much straight after this, or at least a little bit after this, so we might have to wait like 10 seconds or so. So we're going to go for the Scuttle Crab, or maybe even look to gank mid lane here. I think I'll go mid here instead, because this guy starts walking out, and Karma can just walk up to Rise, press W, and then I can follow through. But you can see how it's a little bit tricky, honestly, to go for ganks when you're playing Nocturne, but still we get a flash, so that's okay. Also sets up a good target for me for a gank at level 6. Anyway, so I'm going to go for this ward here, then we'll go for the Scuttle Crab. We saw Jarvan topside river, so it might be a good idea to try and invade his jungle here too, so we're going to go for that. Also, whenever you invade the enemy jungle, you want to take a look at the positions of your lanes. Rise is really low, so he won't come for me, but here comes Jarvan. Now, I see the position of bot lane here. It's relatively equal. So I feel like I don't really have much to worry about right now. There's no There's no reason to really worry. Unless, of course, my bot lane doesn't have a map or eyes, in which case I do have to worry. So I run away. Bard still has no idea what's going on. But I managed to get away here. But I blow Tristana's heal. My flash, not ideal right there. So yeah, that was not great. But, I mean, we got his Grump. So Grump for 2 summoners, is that worth it? You know, I think it's kind of close. No, that wasn't great. What I should have done there, though, was I should have pinged. I didn't ping once there. I just assumed my bot lane would just control their bot lane. Which I feel like, honestly, is not necessarily a bad assumption. But making assumptions never really works in solo queue. So just ping. It doesn't cost me anything to ping. That's what I should be doing. Now, even though my bot lane is fighting here, and it would be a good idea for me to go bot side, I'm playing around my ultimate. It's really hard for me to do stuff when I'm playing Nocturne without having my ulti, especially since we have no like ward stomped. Is this warded? So this is actually warded, right? So I have no real good way to get in on a play, to do anything without my ulti. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to farm until I hit level 6. Boom, there we go, we're level 6. So we finish off the camp. We look for the lane gank here. And we always, when you're setting up an ultimate on Nocturne, you want to go through the lane like I am now, and not just path around through the river, because that's where it's going to be warded. You want to avoid the wards by going through the lane. So we're going through the lane here. We're going to focus onto the Zoe. As we go in, we want to try and fire our Q out in midair here, which I don't do because I initiate with my E. But we use our spell shield early, which is important too, because that actually blocks the Vayne's condemn here, which means I can follow her and kill her as well. So first proper gank of the game, I guess, sort of, and we get 2 kills from it because we just went for the ultimate gank. Just play around your ultimate when you're playing Nocturne. You don't necessarily need to over gank early game or anything like that. Just play around your ulti, it's all Gucci. So I'm going to recall here, got my War Enchant, that's beautiful stuff. War Enchant is, did you know the difference between having 2 longswords and a War Enchant is basically like a BF sword? I'm going to say that every single video I do, by the way, because someone in the comments said I say that every single video, and I ain't ashamed, because it's true and it's important to note. Anyway, keep farming, lads, keep farming. Don't want to slack on that front. Riven has TP here, so I'm just going to try go for a cheeky little gank. I got red buff. He's a bit overextended. I don't have my ultimate. Bit of a waste of my W here. I was trying to predict his Q, but that's fine. Riven didn't help me with the gank at all there. But that's not really her bad, honestly, because she would have missed a lot of CS. So it's fine, honestly. Just maybe a bit adventurous by me, honestly, if anything. That's cool. Keep farming. Keep going for those Dark Harvest stacks, lads. Keep going. Keep farming. And then waiting for this ultimate cooldown to come off. Although, in this situation, when Ryze is being collapsed on from top side and is also pushing out here, he's going to run right into my loving arms, which is exactly what he does. Try and predict his spells here as well. A nice ulti by him, but he's not exactly going to go anywhere. Riven's still cutting him off. The enemy bot lane is coming down here now, though. So this guy's really low. I'm going to have to ult him to finish him off, but that's great because it puts me in position to follow up here and go for the enemy bot lane. That was a really good Bard ultimate. Hit Zoe in her ulti, and then I pick off Vayne as well. So we actually get 4 kills there. That's a pretty big turnaround. A really big turnaround. And it means we can go for First Blood Tower too. First Blood Tower, 300 extra gold. That's beautiful stuff. And then after that, we can invade the jungle or go for Dragon. I feel like I should go for Dragon here. I actually go for the Gromp because I'm kind of in like full-on farm mode. But I probably should have gone for Dragon here. Nocturne is not great at soloing objectives like that, but I could have done it, and I probably should have done it. So that's a bit of a mistake there. I think Dragon would have been the more important one to go for here. But it's okay. Keep farming. Scuttle Crabs are really good to take when you can get them. Make sure you use your E on them to initiate, just like start the fight on them. Because that hard CCs them with the fear, which makes them go from 60 MR and armor to 10 MR and armor. So yeah, you make sure you want to go with your hard CC. My ultimate is up in 50 seconds here, so I'm not really going to be looking to go topside with my ulti, but I might be able to just defend the tower here. Wait, my ultimate is up apparently. Alright, my ultimate was up, so whatever. We can't don't trust the spectator overlay ulti cooldowns. Yeah, my ulti was up there, whatever. So move to the 3 kills there. Boom, we get some more 3 kills. Now I'm going for the Dustblade Rush. So that's all well and good there. I've got my serrated dirk. Going to be building into the Dustblade soon. And we're going to get another tower here as well. That's awesome stuff. You want to make sure when you get kills, you want to see what else you can get. How do I get the most out of that kill? That kill gave me 300 gold and a bunch of experience. That's great. But what else can I take from them? What else can I use knowing that the enemy team now has less people on the map? What can I take from them? And in this case, it was the tower. So, boom, we get the tower. Let's keep farming. Boom, there. Boom goes the Scuttle Crab. I was looking maybe to go for the Jarvan there, but just going to ward the chickens instead. That's fine. Boom goes the Gromp. Boom go the Wolves. Boom goes the blue buff. Boom goes the chickens. Boom goes the red. And boom goes the Krugs. Now I'm going to be level 11 from this as well. So now I have my rank 2 ultimate, which is really nice because it means obviously as an ultimate dependent champion, that's just, you know, a nice swift kick up the ass for the enemy team. And also it has a much lower cooldown now, which is very nice. Now I don't want to go too hard here because Vayne's team is all around. So I back off. Hopefully I can do a cheeky little recall here. So I'm going to try that, but I get spotted by the spooky ghost, so I'm pretty screwed here. So I realize there's no way out, so I'm just going to fight the Jarvan. So we just throw everything onto him. Red Smite as well. We get bopped, but he goes down to the Red Smite. That's nice. And then Riven does Riven things. Gets away. Really cheeky by Karma here to hide in the bush until Ryze comes out of the ultimate there. Because else, you know, Ryze isn't going to follow that ulti through unless he, you know, if he knew Karma was there, which he didn't because she was hiding. So yeah, a little bit ham there, but still all good. All's well that ends well. And we're going to get another tower out of that too. So beautiful stuff. War Enchant complete. Dustblade complete. We're going into our tier 2 boots here. Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby. It's a bit of a toss up this game, I would say, because of the Ryze Snare and the Zoe Sleep. And I guess you could also say the Condemn from Vayne. But I'm going into Ninja Tabby because I feel like, you know, the physical damage from Vayne, Jarvan, Gangplank, I think I'd rather have the Ninja Tabby. So, let's just keep moving on here. I do a bit of a strange path. I was thinking maybe I could catch Vayne if she kept pushing, but she ends up not pushing. So instead I think I walked over a ward or something. So instead I'm just going to look towards mid, but I don't have my ultimate here. So I'm just going to run at these guys, just going to face check them. This Q is actually pretty bad right here. Kind of. I mean, at least it hits Ryze, but you ideally want to place your Q so that you can run into it, like keep running into it, which didn't really happen there. But it's okay, 1 for 1 is fine. And now I'm going to go back to doing some farming here. My ultimate is up too, so I'm kind of looking to, like, I'm pretty healthy, my ultimate's up. I was looking maybe to go for Vayne, but she recalls instead. So when we see Ryze recall, we see Jarvan on the chickens, now we can go for this dragon, so that's what we do. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, more farming. Now mid lane a fight is happening, but I'm kind of low here. I've got a lot of gold which I want to spend. So I'm not going to go straight to the fight here. Instead, I'm going to recall first, but then I'm going to join the fight, and maybe I'll get here to mop something up. So I'm running straight down mid lane. I'm going to try and get something going here. Now, my focus here should be the easiest target, which is going to be Vayne. She's very squishy. So if I ultimate here, I want to try and ulti in onto her. So there we go. Ulti onto Vayne. Boom. Basically, one combo, one shot right there. And then swap targets, but also playing a little bit chill here. I don't want to just dedicate really hard because I will die. I'm very low right now, and that's good. So we managed to pick up with my return there. We get 2 kills out of that, so that's beautiful stuff. I want to try and hold this top lane here as well. I haven't taken too much lane farm this game, but taking lane farm is still good. You definitely want to do that, but Tristana wants it as well, so instead we're just gonna let her take that. Now, I want to try and maybe look for the Rift Herald at some point this game, but the fact that that was warded, and then we put a ward over the wall, and it's control warded, it would suggest that the enemy team, they should know that I might be in that area. So I'm not going to bother going for that just now, because they might know that they should know I'm around there, and I don't think we can brute force it in this position. But as soon as Zoe dies, I realize, actually, we probably can do this. So we turn on it. Let's take this one down. Again, someone dies. What can I get out of this? How can I make this death as punishing as possible for the enemy team? And there you go. So I get the Rift Herald. Try and sneak up here, topside for the Gangplank. He needs to face check me here because I don't have my ulti. So he recalls right in front of me. Gonna wait for him. Here's the Q. There's the E. There's the W. Blocks the Gangplank Q. The parlay. And we get his flash, so nice stuff. But I see Zoe coming up. We've got some good vision here. I see her coming up, so I'm going to hang around here because my ultimate's just come up. And again, playing around my ultimate pretty much all this game. There she is. So we're going to ulti her. Basically one combo her again, but she survives on a sliver of health. Legit, that is her health bar. So we finish her off, but I am very squishy this game because I am, you know, full damage Nocturne. But I survive also on a sliver of health. So, sorry, you get one, I get one too. Beautiful stuff. Now, I want to recall, so I'm really low on health right here. But we just killed like 4 people. Well, 3 people. So I'm going to put the Herald down, but then I'm going to recall. You don't really want to recall after Herald's down. You kind of want to go with the Herald. But I have to recall here. I don't really provide much to my team in this situation. So I'm going to put it down because there are still There's a significant amount of people dead on the enemy team, so we should still be able to get a good push going here. But I'm not going to be able to join the push myself. Even if we get like half his tower's health or whatever, it's still cool. It's still fine. Which is basically what ends up happening. So we get this tower and half of the inhib tower. That's cool. We'll be able to set up in future for that. So yeah, I still think that's a good herald use there. I sometimes get a decent amount of hate in the comments for my herald uses because it can be pretty bad sometimes. But I think that time was pretty good. Ideally, if I wasn't low, I'd be able to join that push as well. But still, going back to some more farming here, guys. My Dark Harvest stacks, you can kind of see in the top there. It looks like it says 414, which it absolutely is not. I think it is 140 something. If I remember correctly, 142, yeah. So now I need 150 before Dark Harvest really becomes good. In order to become good, in order to make Dark Harvest, I'm going to pause here real quick just to talk about this. In order for Dark Harvest to really kick off, you need 150 stacks because at can I say it here? No, at 150 stacks. Here maybe no. Dark Harvest lasts for much longer. Right now, it will last for maybe like 30 seconds or something. I don't know exactly, but if you don't know what Dark Harvest does, by the way, when you kill monsters or minions or epic monsters, you get stacks. And then those stacks mean your next hit does bonus damage. But that next hit only has like a few, like that 20 or 30 seconds, like I was saying. But once you acquire 150 stacks, you don't lose stacks either, mind you. Once you acquire 150 of these stacks, then it lasts like 5 minutes or something like that. So it's basically like a permanent buff until you hit someone once you reach 150 stacks. So you want to get that as soon as possible. Anyway, this Baron play right here. This is kind of cheeky because no one on the enemy team outside of Vayne is dead. So if the enemy team wanted to, and we don't have a tank, so if the enemy team wanted to stop this, they could. But we have a lot of damage on this because I've built full damage. Tristana is Tristana. And even this Karma is pretty fed. But I think what would have been better in that situation, what would have been better in that scenario to take the Baron faster, is if Karma were to tank that Baron. The reason for that is because the person who tanks Baron does half damage to it. That's mechanic implemented so that people can't solo Baron. They want to, Riot doesn't really want people soloing Baron. So if she tanks Baron in that situation, I would do more damage to it. And I feel like I have more damage than Karma does on Baron. So it probably would be a better idea for that to happen. But whatever, we get it. A bit cheeky, but we had a lot of damage. So we took it pretty easily there. Also, we had a pink ward down. If we didn't have this pink ward, it would be really risky to do. If you're going to go for a Baron play or a Dragon play, try and have that pink ward down, especially if you think it's going to be contested. So, here goes the play, boys. It's already started. Vayne does a little bit of Vayne spotting and she gets blowed up. So, I want to go now for the next valuable target or the easiest one to kill. So, I'm going to focus onto probably Gangplank or Zoe. Ryze is actually kind of tanky. Basically anyone, but I mean, honestly, anyone. I could go for anyone here. Even Jarvan's built kind of squishy, kind of damaged. So, it doesn't really matter who I go for. I'm kind of inclined to go for Zoe just because she will die straight away if I do go on her. So there we go. She gets 2-shot. We turn on to the Ryze. He's going to die as well. There you go. Beautiful stuff. So, and that's going to be the end of the game, lads. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it taught you some things about how to learn how to play Nocturne. This was a Diamond 3 game. If you did find it useful, you can give me that cheeky thumbs up and you can subscribe to me for more League of Legends content. But most importantly, guys, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Shadwell, and I will see you in my next video.